she never spoke about it in public. The world knew her as the poised, graceful, and endlessly talented actress who could light up the screen with a glance. Yet, behind the cameras and bright lights, there was a story she carried quietly, one she chose to reveal only in the note she left behind. That note, simple yet profound, changed everything. Not about her fame or career, but about the person she truly was, the choices she made, and the love she held closest to her heart. For decades, audiences admired her elegance, professionalism, and warmth on screen, but few knew of the inner strength, resilience, and devotion that guided her life. In that single confession, she opened a window into a life of dedication, loyalty, and quiet triumphs that no camera had ever captured. It was a glimpse into the woman behind the roles, her truths, her passions, and her heart. Barbara Hale was born on April 18, 1922, in DeKalb, Illinois, to Luther Ezra Hale and Wilma Colvin Hale. The early years of her life were marked by simplicity, family devotion, and the sweeping challenges of the Great Depression. Soon after, her family moved to Rockford, Illinois, where she spent her formative years surrounded by the quiet rhythms of small-town life. Growing up in an era of economic hardship, Barbara learned the value of perseverance, humility, and self-discipline from a young age. She watched her parents work tirelessly, absorbing lessons in responsibility and integrity that would shape her character for years to come. Despite limited resources, she discovered joy in learning, creativity, and the arts. Her childhood was also defined by a sense of wonder and curiosity about the world, which later fueled her drive for excellence in everything she pursued. Friends and neighbors remembered her as thoughtful and kind, a girl who approached life with a mixture of quiet confidence and gentle determination. These early experiences, though humble, became the foundation of the woman she would grow into, a person who carried dignity, grace, and strength throughout every stage of her remarkable life and career. From a young age, Barbara Hale nurtured a love for art and creativity. She dreamed of becoming an artist, and her dedication to her craft led her to attend the prestigious Chicago Academy of Fine Arts. However, life had a different path in store. While her early focus was on painting and design, her elegance, poise, and natural beauty soon drew attention beyond the classroom. Modeling opportunities emerged, presenting a path that would gradually lead her toward the silver screen. It was not instant fame, but a gentle pull toward Hollywood that she could not ignore. In the early 1940s, she signed with RKO Pictures, marking the beginning of a career that would span decades. At first, she accepted small and uncredited roles, stepping into a world where talent alone was often not enough. Yet, even in these minor parts, Barbara's sincerity and on-screen presence were unmistakable. Directors and casting agents began to notice her ability to convey emotion with subtlety and authenticity. Each role, however small, became a stepping stone, allowing her to hone her craft and gain confidence. This period of exploration and growth laid the groundwork for a career defined not only by talent, but also by integrity, professionalism, and a quiet, unwavering determination that would eventually set her apart in Hollywood. Barbara Hale's early films quickly showcased her versatility. Titles like Higher and Higher, 1943, and The Window, 1949, allowed her to demonstrate range, moving effortlessly between light, romantic characters and serious, dramatic roles. Audiences were drawn to her warmth and authenticity, while directors appreciated the discipline, focus, and natural presence she brought to each performance. Her career steadily gained momentum, and she soon appeared alongside some of Hollywood's most prominent stars, including Frank Sinatra, Robert Young, and James Stewart. Every scene reinforced her reputation as a reliable and compelling actress. Her elegance on screen was matched by her professionalism off it, a combination that earned her respect in an industry often fraught with volatility. Over the years, Barbara became more than just a familiar face. She became a trusted and admired presence on set, someone whose dedication inspired those around her. Her ability to balance charm, intelligence, and emotional depth distinguished her from many contemporaries. Unlike performers who relied solely on glamour, Barbara's craft was rooted in sincerity. The subtlety of her expressions, the warmth in her eyes, and the poise in her demeanor drew viewers into every story. Each role added layers to her growing reputation, establishing her not just as a talented performer, but as a consummate professional. By the time she began to take on more prominent roles, it was clear that her career was not defined by fleeting popularity, but by lasting artistry and respect. Barbara's early years in Hollywood were a testament to hard work, perseverance, and an unwavering commitment to excellence, qualities that would serve as the cornerstone of her enduring legacy in both film and television. Barbara Hale's defining role came on television with Perry Mason, where she portrayed Della Street, the brilliant and loyal legal secretary to Raymond Burr's titular character. The show, which aired from 1957 to 1966, became a cultural phenomenon and remains one of the most iconic courtroom dramas in television history. Hale's performance as Della Street was groundbreaking for its era, presenting a woman who was intelligent, confident, and indispensable in a professional setting. A stark contrast to the typical depictions of women as mere assistants or homemakers in mid-century media. Her chemistry with Raymond Burr was palpable, built on mutual respect and friendship that transcended the screen. This dynamic became one of the defining elements of the series, elevating both characters and drawing audiences into their partnership. Critics and viewers alike praised Barbara for her nuanced performance, which balanced professionalism with warmth, sharp intellect with empathy. In 1959, she earned the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, solidifying her place among television's elite. Even after the original series concluded, Hale's connection to the character endured. She reprised Della Street in over 30 television movies between 1985 and 1995, working alongside Burr until his passing in 1993. These projects introduced her to new generations, proving that her charisma, grace, and talent transcended time. Della Street became synonymous with integrity, loyalty, and quiet strength, values Barbara herself embodied both on and off the screen. Her legacy as a television pioneer continues to resonate, marking her as a trailblazer for women in media, a testament to the power of authenticity and the enduring impact of a single, well-crafted role. While her career flourished, Barbara Hale's personal life blossomed in a way that mirrored the quiet elegance she carried professionally. In 1945, while working on the western west of the Pecos, she met a young actor named Bill Williams, born Herman August Wilhelm Catt. Williams, known for his rugged charm and steady presence, quickly formed a bond with Barbara that was as genuine off-screen as it appeared on camera. Long days on set, often under the harsh sun of the desert landscape, were softened by moments of laughter, shared stories, and quiet companionship. Their friendship naturally deepened into love, fueled by mutual respect, shared values, and an understanding that went beyond words. Barbara was drawn to Williams's humility, kindness, and calm confidence, while he admired her intelligence, grounded nature, and unwavering determination. In a world as unpredictable as Hollywood, their connection offered stability and comfort. On June 22, 1946, they married in a modest ceremony that reflected both their simplicity and the sincerity of their commitment. Their love endured the pressures of busy careers, public scrutiny, and the occasional challenges that come with fame. They became known as one of Hollywood's most devoted and enduring couples, a rarity in an industry often characterized by fleeting relationships. Together, they raised 3 children, daughters Jod and Juanita, and a son, William Catt, who would follow in their artistic footsteps. Barbara often prioritized family above career, occasionally turning down roles to spend time at home, believing that her most important work was nurturing her children and fostering a loving household. The couple created an environment rich in creativity, support, and moral grounding. Their children were encouraged to explore artistic pursuits, yet always grounded in humility, kindness, and hard work, values their parents held dear. Barbara's marriage to Williams was a partnership built on laughter, respect, and deep emotional connection. Even amidst the glamour of Hollywood, their home remained a sanctuary of love, warmth, and shared dreams. Their enduring relationship stood as a testament to the belief that true success is measured not only by fame or accolades, but by the strength of personal bonds and the love cultivated over a lifetime. Barbara Hale's devotion to family extended far beyond her marriage. She believed that her greatest achievements were not measured by awards or critical acclaim, but by the love, stability, and guidance she provided to her children. The Hale-Williams household was a place where creativity, curiosity, and individuality were encouraged, yet grounded in values of respect, kindness, and perseverance. Barbara and Bill nurtured their children with the same dedication and attention that had guided their own lives, fostering an environment where artistic passions could thrive alongside moral and ethical grounding. Her son, William Catt, followed the path of his parents, finding success in the entertainment industry while maintaining the same humility and integrity instilled by Barbara and Bill. He later worked alongside his mother in the Perry Mason television movies, reflecting a deep familial bond rooted in mutual respect, admiration, and shared experience. The daughters, Jod and Juanita, were equally inspired by their mother's example, embracing the importance of hard work, empathy, and maintaining one's dignity in all aspects of life. Barbara often spoke of family as her true anchor, the element of her life that provided purpose, meaning, and joy beyond the accolades of Hollywood. Her ability to balance a demanding career while fostering close family connections was remarkable, and it served as a model for stability and love in an industry often dominated by fleeting fame. Every choice she made, whether personal or professional, reflected her commitment to family values, ensuring that her legacy would extend not just through film and television, but through the generations she nurtured and inspired. Even after the peak of her career, Barbara Hale's presence remained strong and influential. She returned to her iconic role as Della Street for more than 30 Perry Mason television movies between 1985 and 1995, demonstrating that her talent, charm, and dedication had not faded with time. Working alongside Raymond Burr until his passing in 1993, Barbara continued to embody the essence of her character: calm, intelligent, loyal, and unwaveringly professional. Her performances introduced Della Street to new audiences, ensuring that the impact of her work would resonate across generations. Beyond her professional achievements, Barbara remained a symbol of dignity and grace in her personal life. She navigated the challenges of fame with poise, never seeking scandal or controversy. Interviews and public appearances reflected her warmth, humility, and intelligence, endearing her not only to audiences but also to colleagues and friends. Even in her later years, she prioritized family, cherishing the time spent with children and grandchildren, and celebrating the creative and moral values she had long instilled. Barbara Hale's legacy is one of artistry, devotion, and quiet strength. Her career, while distinguished and prolific, is only part of the story. Her impact as a mother, wife, and role model for generations of performers is equally enduring. She exemplified the possibility of balancing personal fulfillment with professional excellence, leaving behind a life that continues to inspire. In the note she left behind, Barbara Hale did not speak of fame or accolades. Instead, she reflected on love, family, and the quiet joys that defined her life. Her message was simple yet profound. True success is measured by the bonds we nurture, the kindness we extend, and the integrity with which we live. Barbara's story, from humble beginnings to Hollywood stardom, from professional triumphs to enduring family devotion, stands as a testament to a life lived with grace, dedication, and heartfelt purpose. She remains a timeless example of elegance, strength, and unwavering humanity. Barbara Hale's time on movie and television sets was filled with moments that revealed the warmth and professionalism she carried off-screen. Colleagues often spoke of her as a calming presence during chaotic shoots, someone whose poise could steady even the most stressed directors or co-stars. On the set of Perry Mason, she was known to arrive early, meticulously reviewing scripts, anticipating every angle, every cue, and every interaction, ensuring that her portrayal of Della Street was both natural and impactful. Yet, behind her serious preparation was a woman with a delightful sense of humor. Crew members fondly recalled her playful interactions during breaks, her knack for telling subtle, clever jokes, and the gentle encouragement she offered to nervous newcomers. Filming in the harsh desert landscapes for west of the Pecos tested Barbara in new ways. The relentless sun, dusty wind, and long hours could easily exhaust any actor, yet she maintained a graceful composure, treating everyone on set with respect. It was during these long days that her connection with Bill Williams deepened, as they shared quiet walks, exchanged thoughts on scenes, and supported one another through challenging sequences. Even in more light-hearted productions, Barbara's professionalism shone through. She remembered details about her co-stars' preferences, offered assistance to assistants, and frequently went out of her way to ensure the set felt like a collaborative, caring environment. Barbara's commitment extended beyond acting. She often helped shape costumes, props, or set designs with insights drawn from her early artistic training. Directors frequently praised her for being both observant and creative, always willing to offer suggestions without overstepping boundaries. These behind-the-scenes efforts, often unnoticed by the public, became a hallmark of her career. She was a consummate professional who respected the craft and the people who made it possible. It was this combination of talent, kindness, and dedication that not only earned her respect among peers, but also created a legacy of collaboration and mentorship that many on set still remember with admiration. No life, no matter how illustrious, is without challenges. And Barbara Hale's story is no exception. Early in her career, she faced the typecasting that often ensnared actresses in Hollywood's rigid system. Beautiful, poised, and elegant, she was initially offered only supporting roles or romantic parts that rarely allowed her to showcase the depth of her talent. Yet, she met each obstacle with quiet determination, choosing to refine her craft rather than complain. She embraced smaller roles as opportunities to learn, understanding that consistency, patience, and perseverance would eventually open doors to more substantial work. Balancing family life with the demanding schedule of Hollywood proved another formidable challenge. Barbara often found herself torn between the excitement of a new project and the desire to be present for her children. She turned down several lucrative roles, a choice that surprised many in the industry but reflected her unwavering prioritization of family. Friends and colleagues recognized her as someone who never compromised her values for fame. On a personal level, Barbara also faced the emotional challenge of navigating a high-profile industry without losing her sense of self. Gossip, scrutiny, and the ever-present pressures of public life could easily erode confidence, yet she remained grounded. Her marriage to Bill Williams provided both sanctuary and support, offering a stable home life amid Hollywood's turbulence. Even when dealing with setbacks, a project cancellation, a difficult co-star, or an unexpected criticism, Barbara's resilience and grace allowed her to move forward without bitterness. Perhaps one of her most significant challenges was maintaining relevance as the entertainment industry evolved. Transitioning from film to television and later adapting to new audiences decades later in the Perry Mason television movies required flexibility, learning, and an openness to change. She embraced these opportunities wholeheartedly, proving that true artistry lies not only in talent, but also in adaptability, perseverance, and the courage to face each challenge with dignity. Barbara Hale's legacy extends beyond her on-screen performances. It lives vividly in the countless actors, crew members, and young artists she guided throughout her life. She was known to mentor aspiring actors, offering advice rooted in experience rather than ego. Her approach was gentle but firm, encouraging persistence, discipline, and respect for the craft. She often reminded younger performers that success is not measured solely by fame, but by the integrity and dedication one brings to every project. Within her family, Barbara played a pivotal role in shaping the next generation of talent. Her children were encouraged to pursue artistic endeavors, but always with humility, hard work, and respect for others. William Catt, her son, frequently credited his mother for instilling the values that allowed him to navigate Hollywood with confidence and poise. Barbara's guidance extended to set etiquette, public behavior, and professional responsibility, lessons that resonated throughout his career and those of her daughters as well. Her influence also reached women in Hollywood, at a time when female actors often faced limited opportunities and strict typecasting. By choosing roles that reflected intelligence, independence, and depth, Barbara became a quiet trailblazer. She demonstrated that women could portray strength, grace, and authority without sacrificing warmth or relatability. Co-stars and directors frequently spoke of her ability to elevate scenes with subtlety, providing a model for aspiring actresses who wished to succeed on their own terms. Barbara's mentorship was not restricted to the professional. It was personal and holistic. She offered guidance on balancing work and life, valuing relationships, and maintaining dignity in the public eye. Her generosity with time, wisdom, and encouragement created a ripple effect that extended far beyond the screen, shaping a culture of respect, collaboration,